She was mocked by the villagers because this woman did not have a child to call her own. So watch this story to the end and see how the story unfolds. In the heart of Umunze village, where the red earth kissed the soul of every barefoot child and laughter echoed from their huts in the evening, there lived a woman whose beauty was unmatched. Her name was Nneka, a name that meant mother is supreme. Ironically, the very title that should have brought her joy became a shadow that haunts her every day. Nneka had everything a woman could ask for: a loving husband named Ubina, a compound filled with gifts by her late father, and a flourishing farmland that yielded yams so large they became the envy of many. Her skin glowed like fresh palm oil under the morning sun, her waist like a river rhythm, and her voice, when she sang at the stream, could silence the birds. But Nneka bore on one burden, a silent, itching emptiness. She had no child. For 10 long years her womb remained silent. At first, the village women were sympathetic. They brought herbs, roots, and incantations. The old healer Mama Bobo gave her bitter drinks and strange baths in the moonlight stream. But the time passed and no child came. Their pity turned to whisper, fine face but empty hands. One would say, why pounding yam? All that beauty wasted. Another would say, why fetching water? They call her names she never asked for. The barren flower, woman with closed doors, empty pot. Her co-wife Chinyere, married by Obinna just 3 years ago after pressure from his family, had already born two sons. She walked about the compound with swollen pride, deliberately calling her children to play near Nneka's kitchen so that laughter would pierce her heart. The cries of those little boys were like drums in Nneka's chest, a painful rhythms that remind her of what she have not. Obinna, though still gentle with her, had changed too. He no longer held her at night the way he used to. His eyes were always tired, his words fewer. Nneka could feel him slipping through her finger like the fine river sand at the stream edge. At the village meetings, women moved away from her when she arrived. When the priestess spoke about blessing and the fruit of the womb, they would turn to look at her, something, some with pity, others with consoled her. Even children noticed. One morning, Nneka stood at the foot of her banana grove, holding a small wrapper to her chest. A little boy ran past and yelled, "Mama, less mama." Before that, in away in laughter, Nneka stood froze, foaming in her throat. She dropped to her knee, hands in the soil, her tears falling silently onto the earth that had given her everything, except the one thing she longed for. That night, Nneka did not sleep. She knelt before her clay lamp and prayed. Not just the usual prayer for a child, but prayed for peace, for strength, for understanding. She spoke to the spirits of her ancestors, to the star above, to the God that her mother had taught her about. Let my tears not be in vain, she whispered. If I am not meant to be a mother by blood, let me find meaning in some other ways. But please take away this pain, it is too heavy to carry alone. Outside the night was silent, save for creeping of crickets. But within her, a storm had begun to stir. Week passed, and Nneka began to withdraw. She no longer sang at the stream or joined the women in the market square. Her once lovely laughter was now a rare sound, and her steps had lost their rhythms. Even the farm, her farm, once green and full of promise, began to reflect her sorrow. Dry leaves here, wintering everywhere. One afternoon, while sitting beneath the large udara tree beside her compound, Nneka heard a soft weeping, shrieking. At first she thought it was a goat, but the sound persisted. It was like a sound of a human. Rising slowly, she followed the noise to the edge of her fence. There lay on a tall wrapper was a baby girl, barely a few weeks old. Her skin was pale, her lips dry and her cry was weak. Unika, Unika's breath catch in her chest. She looked around, expecting to see someone, anyone, but there was no one, just the whisper of breeze and the distant sound of cock crowing. She knelt down and picked the child up. The baby fit perfectly in her arms, as, as if the space had always been waiting to be filled. Tears ran down Nneka's face, not from pain this time, but from something she had not felt in a long time. Hope. Obina returned from the farm to find his wife holding the infant. His brows frowned. Whose child is that? She was left at our gate, Nneka said softly, rocking the child gently. No one has come for her. Obina sighed deeply. Nneka, I knew I know what you will say, she interrupted, her voice stronger. But the child was sent to me. She came when I had almost given up. Let me take care of her. Let me give her the love I have been holding inside of me all these years. At first, Obina wanted to say no, but it's because of my family. What my family will say, they will talk. The villagers will mock, but he watched the way Nneka's face lights up with the baby, her tiny finger around her thumb. Some something inside him softened. They named the baby Chimamanda, meaning my God will not fail. The gossip in the village was sharp. She just found a child like that who leave a baby behind. Maybe she paid someone. Even if the child is not hers, at least she has someone to call her own. But Nneka no longer listened for the first time in years. She had proposed. She woke up early, she sang lullabies and danced with the baby in her arms. Her smile returned, brighter than ever. Chimamanda grew stronger and healthy and filled the compound like with joy, music everywhere. You can even hear from distance. Even Shinyeri, the once proud co-wife, began to soften. She would sometimes help carry the baby or watch her while Nneka fetched water. Something was changing, not just in the household, but in the hearts of those who had judged her. One day during the village festival, Chimamanda, now walking and talking, ran into the arms of Nneka and called out, "Mama!" loud and clear. The whole village heard. Nneka knelt down, hugged her tightly, and whispered, "Yes, my child, I am your mama." From that from that moment on, no one dared to call her barren again. Because of motherhood, Nneka land was not only the womb, it was in the heart, in the love freely given, and in the arms that never let go. Please share this video till I see you again. Thank you so much for watching.